What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to CWL Week 2. Elite Gaming pulling out the victory in Week 1 over Emphatic Elite, but can we bring home another victory against former finalists and very strong opponents, One Hive? So in today's video we have 3 Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 triples. The first one in the background right now, diving straight into the action because there were so many amazing attacks. We're going to bring you 2 Town Hall 10 attacks, move on to a couple of 9s, come back to another Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star, which is honestly one of my favourite attacks I've ever seen, and then finish up with some more Town Hall 9s. Can we pull out the victory? Make sure to leave any comments down below and who you are rooting for. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe and like the video if you do enjoy it. And just before we start, guys, you can see we have a brilliant Lavaloon set up in the background here, walked right the way down the right hand side, taking out 2 air defense, and now we are targeting the Inferno Tower. If you guys are interested in joining Elite Gaming, I will leave the feeder clan information down in the description of this video. It is called White Temple. Feel free to check us out. Now, the enemy Arch Queen there, I love how we had the Rage spell and 2 skeleton spells over the top of it to take that out. And guys, you always need a plan for that final Inferno Tower. You can see on this one, we froze it and then used the haste spell to push the balloons forward, and check out the cleanup troops absolutely everywhere. So many balloons left as the final set race across to that expo to take it out, and just a beautiful attack there to kick it off. Really came in, took out 2 of the air defense in order to set up the attack, and then utilized them spells amazingly to take out the rest of the base. Let's move on to the next one, where you can see again 4 air defense all pushed up to the north of the base. So we're going to take advantage of that, and you can see it is another air attack in that of the Dragons. So we're coming at 2 of the air defense, which are pushed very close together with a Zap Quake combination. Just missed out on the air defense on the left, so we didn't get that one down. We are going to then focus on the 2 at the northeast and take them out with the heroes. So we've used the wall breakers to push the king. Check out how the walls aren't together. There's that little separation, which means that we cannot break into both compartments at the same time. Very well designed that. The queen misses the air defense, but luckily a couple of her archers managed to take that down. Absolutely clutch it in there. I think it might have even been the barbarians, but we've taken out 3 of the 4 air defense, and the other one shouldn't be too much of an issue. We have a secret surprise up our sleeves to take that out. It is brilliant. So we're coming in towards the Inferno Towers with the Dragons. Notice how we have such a good spread. Here is that secret technique. The Inferno Tower has such little health that a Lava Hound pushed right across the map, setting off all of the air bombs. Boom! The explosion of the Lava Hound takes out that air defense. Couldn't have worked out any better. The first Inferno Tower goes down. As a Town Hall 10, you really need to target the Inferno Towers. That is the be-all and end-all, really, of most of your attacks. So the first one is down, Dragons surrounding this second one, and the Dragons are a great troop against the Inferno Tower, the multi-Inferno Tower especially, because it just struggles to burn away. And you'll see another example of that when we come back to the next Town Hall 10 attack, which is also Dragons. And like I said, guys, it is a beautiful attack. Make sure to leave a like on the video for some of these amazing raids. Check out the Golem and the balloon up there, just don't know what to do, bringing out that final archer where they thought they had a little bit of influence on this raid, but the base gets crushed. Let's move on to some Town Hall 9 attacks then. You can see Elite Gaming doing a brilliant job here against One Hive. Will we pull out the victory though? Let me tell you guys, it was extremely close. Right up until the end, it was touch and go really. So a brilliant start there with the Hog Rider to set off that giant bomb. Really liked the use of the giant in order to tank just so that Hog Rider could get in. We're then going to bring golems either side in order to allow the wizards to create a funnel, and this is honestly one of my favourite attacks at Town Hall 9. We now have all golems in the middle converging to get over that jump spell, and we're going to take out the enemy CC, and the Queen's even going to wander across and get taken out here as well. So with the bowlers in the clan castle, they come forward, and with a rage and heal spell, you really have such strong force in the core. Another jump spell gives that heavy kill squad access into the far end of the base. Now the bowlers did wrap back around the base, not to worry though, because with 3 golems you have plenty of tankage for your heroes, and that is how beast this attack strategy is. It's really about being patient with them Hog Riders, because you're not taking a lot of them for the back end, so just sprinkling the odd Hog Rider in as the defenses become attracted to the golem or enemy or the Archer Queen, sorry, not enemy Archer Queen, she's over there just done for over by One Hive's castle there. Brilliant stuff. But Hog Riders just nicely brought into them defenses, and then we're just going to be patient at this point. Check out the 2 archer towers over on the other side. We need to wait until the Queen gets a little bit closer in order to target them with the Hog Riders. So as she's just about to walk over there, we realize she's hitting against a wall, and it's going to take a little bit more time, so we bring them in, and 3 Hog Riders per defense take that out beautifully. Looking at the rest of the base, it's already down because the wizards are cleaning up the base all of the time. So there we have another brilliant 3-star, this time at Town Hall 9, but we are going to move on to another Hog Rider attack, very slightly different, well I say slightly different, quite a bit different. This one is the Queen charge into Mass Hog Rider, which I love as well at Town Hall 9. So check out the builder hut there with that giant inside as part of the Clashiversary event. I wonder how that messed with the CWL this weekend. But that single wizard over at the side there, there's actually 2, one of them hid behind that P.E.K.K.A statue, are enough to create that funnel. And as you can see here, the Queen moving forward right in front of the enemy Archer Queen, so that is the target, and you can see the CC we will get brilliant access to there as well. As the Queen comes forward, a poison spell will slow her down, and the rage spell will help our Queen to take that down no problem. So we actually don't lure the CC at this point. We have the King and a couple of wizards coming in from the opposite side of the base, and really what we're doing here is taking out the enemy heroes. They're pushed to the side of the base, we can get them down, and also mean that we can channel the Hog Riders right the way through the base. So a Lava Hound in the CC is not going to do anything to our Hog Riders. It's just going to fly around and do nothing basically. At this point, it's all about utilization of the heal spells. So you really need to utilize them when you have that splash damage, in particular the giant bombs. So as you can see, we pre-heal this spot where there's the wizard tower, and right next to that expo there is definitely going to be a giant bomb. This one was probably already scouted, and how we knew this Lava Hound was in the CC, I did not watch every single replay from the war guys, but it was pretty clear that we knew there was nothing of great danger in that CC because the Hog Riders just came straight in. So a brilliant 3-star attack again. Let's move back to that Town Hall 10. This is one of my favourite attacks I have ever seen in Clash, just because of how brilliant the base gets picked apart. So 4 air defense either side, going to use balloons at the top here, and the balloons actually track to the cannon there when we wanted them to go to the archer tower, as they do at the very north. So 2 more balloons are needed, but it is worth it in order to get that archer tower down. Just a couple of minions are then enough to clear all of the trash buildings at that far side, because the dragons aren't very quick. You want to limit the amount of buildings they have to fly around to. We then have 2 air defense pushed right to the corner of the other side of the map, and we're easily going to take them out with the heroes. So the Queen can shoot over the wall, she can get one of them. Check out them wizards at the bottom though that just clutch that air defense as the King distracts all of the defenses. So this base is really set up to defend against the Lava Hound attacks really, but it makes it vulnerable to that dragon attack. So with all of the air defenses down, we can now target the dragons right onto one of the Inferno towers. A rage spell helps to push everything forward, a couple of balloons as well to try and sneak onto them defenses as soon as possible and get them down. Still have a couple of troops on the outside clearing up there, but check out all of the spells we have left. we only use 2 haste spells at the top to get to them Inferno Towers. So the main group of dragons moving through the base, we have all rage spells. Just brilliant stuff. Now the Inferno Tower at the back end would normally be an issue, but for the dragons, and because it's set on multi-mode, there's no defenses behind it as well that do any damage, because we've taken out the Archer Tower and the air defense. We've got nothing to worry about. We don't even have to plan for that Inferno Tower, because it's not going to do too much damage to the dragons. It's not going to distract and weaken the dragons whilst other defenses are shooting at them, because they're already down. So as they move forward here, it's plain sailing to wrap up the 3-star attack, and I just love how that base was picked apart in order to take out the air defense. I really enjoy watching them type of attacks. So let's move back onto some Town Hall 9s. I believe we have 3 left here to show you. The first one is a Lavaloon style attack, but we're coming in with that kill squad. As you can see again, air defense is pushed to the side, so that is a key objective that you can take down and really take advantage of. So a couple of golems to distract as the wizards obviously create that funnel. Now a Tesla pops in the corner and a single balloon just popped straight on top of it is able to take that down. So as the golems have created that area and that path to the air defense, check out the value of this kill squad. 2 air defense, enemy CC, enemy queen, and also creating a pathing for the balloons. Not just taking out them defenses, it's also taking out that corner of the base, which means we know now exactly where the balloons are going to go. Check out the channel of defenses where they're just going to move over that area, so we can really utilize the spells effectively, because most of the balloons are going to be in that area. There's just these few defenses at the very south here where we first bring in some balloons and the haste spell in order to take them out. Lava Hounds, obviously as part of a Lavaloon attack, come in towards that air defense. Haste spells push the balloons forward onto the defenses as you've brought them in surgically, and it means they can keep up with the Lava Hound. The only thing to worry about is the Wizard Tower at the very far end as the balloons clump together. Queen actually gets it anyway, but we had a plan. We had the heal spell there, and check out all of the balloons coming forward. There's also another sneaky Tesla in the corner to try and waste time, force the balloons up to the north, but we have so many cleanup troops that it really doesn't matter. They're absolutely everywhere across the map, so brilliant stuff. You cannot forget about them buildings when you're using the Lavaloon attack. You have to factor in that cleanup troop, and for that one the wizards were brilliant. Also a couple of balloons are often unique and effective if you can bring them into buildings once the defenses are down. Now this is a very similar style of base. Check it out. 2 air defense pushed to either side. Now we're going to try and take down each and every one of them for that dragon attack again. So the king and bowlers over on the east of the base take out both air defenses there, no problem. The queen is able to take out the other 2 since she can shoot over that wall. And check out over on the east there, the bowlers with that bounce have taken out so many buildings, got so much value, that the dragons again here just have that straight path through the base. So a couple of baby dragons used very effectively to create that funnel, and I love this part, guys. Check it out. A couple of dragons just to create that funnel. The rest of them target straight onto that gold storage, and then they're just destined for the town hall and the core. Take out them archer towers that are going to provide a lot of the damage there, and then for the rest of the base, other than the expos, there's not too much to worry about because we have so many spells. The dragons are just going to be forced forward. Couple of balloons in there as well mean that they target the defenses, and that haste spell is brilliant for the balloons to get forward onto that expo, get that down, and then even distract the wizard tower there as well. It's important to note as well that that rage spell really helped the dragons where they needed it, over the enemy archer queen. That was the main thing left in the base, and that's where you want to use the spells, where it is most needed basically. So the enemy archer queen was the main threat. That's where the dragons needed that rage spell. That's where they got it, and ultimately get the 3-star here. The good thing with the dragons is if you set up the base correctly, you don't have to worry about the dragons going back over to take out buildings. They should sweep from one side of the base to the other quite nicely. So let's move on to the final attack of the video. Another, well, 6-pack here from Jasu. Fantastic stuff. And it's one of my favourite attacks at Town Hall 9. It is the 3 Golem GoHo. So as you can see, golems to distract, wizards behind. You do that either side. They create the funnel. Just be patient. Once that funnel is created, jump spell in the middle with that 3rd golem. The others tend to redirect as well, but you then have the king, queen and bowlers. That heal spell was ever so important because the bowlers got hit with that giant bomb right on the outside there to try and defend against witches, but you needed that heal spell for the bowlers to get boosted back up, and the rage spell just helps to push them forward. Again, we only have a few defenses on the outside, and it's being very patient with the Hog Riders. Once they're distracted, just sprinkling in them few Hog Riders. Now the little Teslas in the corner there are such an ignorance to the Hogs, so tricky. We actually have a giant to distract and then a few more Hog Riders. So check that out. We got the giant bomb out the way first, then use the giant as the Hog Riders come in, take out that Tesla area, and with 7 Hog Riders left to go, Queen still with the ability and distracting the Archer Towers. This is another 3-star attack. So you're dying to know, guys, who won? You're showing us all these massive 3-star attacks from Elite Gaming. Well, it would be silly to think that One Hive weren't equally impressive with these 3-star attacks. They were fantastic, as they always are. And at Elite Gaming, we put up a great fight. 3 Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 triples against such an amazing clan is a great feat, and honestly, I'm so proud of the guys at Elite Gaming. They pull out amazing attacks, and the coordination they have week after week is just fantastic. But One Hive pulling out the victory on this one, 111 to 107, 94% destruction for One Hive and 92 for Elite Gaming. A fantastic war between 2 fantastic clans. As you can see, we missed out on a few of the Town Hall 11 2-stars. One Hive only missed the 1 and utilised them Town Hall 10 bases that little bit better, managed to get a few other 3-stars on them. So it was a great war, well respectable of the 2 clans. As you can see, the 3-stars there, One Hive getting 32 to Elite Gaming's 30. So there you have it, guys. CWL Week 2 sees Elite Gaming with 1 victory and now 1 loss. Make sure to stay tuned for Week 3 next week. I've been your host, Judo Sloth. Peace out, guys. Stay tuned for more Clash of Clans.